Collins here, and Mandy is, for us, a very, very special person, because Mandy said yes to this adventure of writing the book. And I'm quite curious to hear Mandy reflect on her own experience of doing this, because she was not involved in the project at all. She's the writer that we commissioned to do this, and suddenly she was immersed into this weird and wonderful world. So do you want to share a little bit about just the experience of writing this? And
well, if you ask me for my official job, I'm a health journalist. So I write about consumer health, but I've done 1 or 2 books, and so when I was approached to write this, I was very excited about it because I had encountered Louise on Twitter. This entire relationship started on social media, so don't diss it, it has its place. And I'd come across this program and I thought, great, somebody's doing something wonderful for education. And I had a vague idea that it was principals and, you know, business people, and they were doing something and it was working. And so I thought, well, this sounds like fun. And I said to Louise, do you have all the information? She said, yes, we've got all the information. What she didn't tell me was that most of it was in her head. And then I had to extract it from her. And if you know anything about Louise, it's that she's like extraordinarily busy. So you have to sort of set up appointments to talk to her on the phone, which is what we did. But we set up quite a nice working relationship, I think. And I have very strong views about how books should be written, and Louise has very strong views about how PFP should be portrayed, and we kind of clashed in the middle sometimes, but good-naturedly so. And it was quite a push-pull process, wasn't it? Louise was pushing and I was pushing back, and but we were both pushing against each other with a view to producing something that was of value. And this book had to tick a lot of boxes, which made it quite difficult to write, because it had to be, I wanted it as accessible as possible so that anybody who picks it up can understand exactly what it's about. Because the more I got into this process, the more my jaw hit the floor. This is an astonishing program. If you have not been involved and you've encountered it and you think you know what it's about, I promise you, you do not. You do not have a clue how deep and wide and far-reaching and astonishingly clever it is. And I only wish I was a business person, you know, so that I could get involved, so that I could go and find a principal to talk to, because I'm sure I have nothing that they could learn from me.
You're going to teach them how to do.
I'm going to teach them how to do a bit of clear writing. But I really, you know, I mean, I have become quite messianic about this process. And if I find anybody who's related to any business, I go, you must get involved. It's essential. So, you know, nobody has paid me to say that. I say that from the bottom of my heart. The more I got involved with this, the more astonished I was. It is an amazing program. The stories in the book are astonishing. I sat and listened to these 2 principals talk, and I get choked up. I sent Louise an email, she reminded me today. At the end of the process, I sat and I read through the manuscript from beginning to end to do the final edits and the final putting together of everything, and I wept. It's an astonishing story. So if you are a business person who's here tonight and you have even 5% of doubt, just banish it. Just say yes, get involved. I promise you, you'll be happy, and you'll learn something, and you'll do something for this fantastic country that we live in. I mean, who'd want to live anywhere else? Honestly, we have the best people. We have so much potential. We have the most fabulous children, and I don't think we should fail them. I think we should just say yes and get involved, and I'm getting choked up, so please tell me to shut up.